Socializing Program. Madame Woloshen.
Bonjour la classe. Good morning class, and how are we this morning? Today we'll be learning about socials, English, and math. Please open application Google Earth to commence socials lesson. If you require assistance during any point throughout the lesson, please go to program Madame Woloshen for assistance. Have a great day!
Hello, my name is Sonya Woloshen and I'm a digital teacher. I set up rules from day one and they abided by them. I set up rules. Okay, guys, we're going to be using iPods in here. We're going to be using cell phones. What kind of things do you think people are going to do if I allow you that? Well, you know, they put up their hands and then they start saying, well, someone could text while you're teaching. Well, guys, what kind of rules should I have? And you kind of put it in their court. They come up with rules. They come up with the consequences. So, you know, when I'm teaching and I'm talking, I want all buds out. I want eyes on me. When you're working, do as you please. If you're doing that, if you know, you're only hurting yourself if you're the one who's texting instead of doing that. I think we don't give kids enough credit. There was one day that I was teaching a lesson in math. I was combining math and socials for a French immersion, and I found tangrams. So I stayed up all night and I cut out little tangram puzzles. So the next day I projected scanned images of tangrams that I found online, and the kids were working. Well, in the back of the class, there's one of my star students, and I could see him playing underneath his desk on his iPod Touch, and I thought, oh, you know, all year we've been dealing with this, and they know the drill, and nobody really abuses my rules, and if they, you know, start texting, you know, your phone's mine for 24 hours. So I went back to the back of the class, and I was like, George, what are you doing? And he's like, but I'm playing tangrams on my iPod Touch. And then I just felt like such a fool because I thought, you know what? This is what I want them to use it for. Hey, we didn't have enough packages of tangrams, then go find it online. You know, like he just downloaded an app right there in class and started fiddling with it. Like, it's just amazing what these kids are. They love it too. And they're so interested that the classroom expectations are there as soon as they walk in the class. When they know it's used for learning, they use it for learning. I think you have to have a great attitude and not just be enthusiastic. A lot of teachers are enthusiastic, but I think you have to have a really great attitude. I am a brand new teacher, so I don't know what will work and what won't work. I have no fear. I don't have, you know, when I come up with an idea or an activity using technology, I don't even think of the negative parts that come with it. All I can see is a light at the end of the tunnel, and like, we have got to do this, whether it works or not. And I don't care if something doesn't work, because I always ask my students how we could have made that better. How do you guys think this would have worked? It's not me using this technology, it's them. I'm giving them the tool, but they have to use it in a way that satisfies their learning style, because they're a lot different than me. So I think that having a great attitude and not being afraid, I think a lot of teachers put up barriers. Well, not everyone has an iPod, so how could I do iPod lessons? Well, who cares if no one has an iPod? Like, they sit in a group, they've got those splitters now that they can have 5 people listening to one iPod. Now those iPod Touches are so big that, like, why can't they sit in a group and watch one lesson? I mean, what does it matter that everyone doesn't have something? I don't think that should be a problem. I think that we really need to start jumping on this bandwagon. I mean, it's 2009, and we're still having these conversations about how we need to be connected and how we need to collaborate and how we need to, you know, become more diverse. And it's been there. It has been there since the 90s, and we need to start using them because the kids are light years ahead of us. And I think that a lot of people just get scared because they don't know how to use the tools. But listen, there is so much online that you can't know everything. Your kids don't know everything. But it's up to them to figure it out, and they can. There's so many tools. The programs they make these days are so easy. Find a tutorial on YouTube and report back to me. I can't know everything. I'm not superhuman. And the kids love knowing a little bit more than you. The kids love being able to show you something. Hey, madam, come look at how you make a song on GarageBand. I mean, they just live for that kind of thing because it gives them ownership of their own learning. They went out and they sought out information that they needed. And I think that's just a function of life that they need to learn as well. We can't keep feeding them things, and this is the only book you can use, and these are the only pages you should know, because this book is going to be obsolete in 5 years. And the same with your computer, so you have to keep a little bit fluid with it. And I think it's kind of silly we're still having these conversations because, it's almost 2010 and I just feel like, it's in their pockets. You get 5-year-olds who are making songs on GarageBand and making iMovies. I mean, for crying out loud. Let's use them to learn. Why not?
Ending program. Madam Woloshen.
Jump and lock it, surf it, scroll it, pause it, click it, force it, crack it, switch, update it, name it, read it, tune it, print it, scan it, send it.